Welcome back everyone, Jose21 Crisis here, and today we're back for some more Porsche 2000 or Porsche Unleashed if you want. It's been a while since I've actually uploaded a video because I've been busy. College had me, well, still has me pretty busy, so I've been dealing with that. We are in a bit of a break, so I'm able to record. I still need to study some stuff, but overall I do have some time to record. And well, Porsche Unleashed is actually pretty easy to record, and I enjoy doing this a lot. I still need to do some Grand Prix World 2001, and I still definitely need to get onto the Mendoza career because I said I was going to do the Hungarian Grand Prix, and lots of stuff has happened, like how to put it, stuttering and some AI shenanigans that have made me had to scrap episodes. But that's not here nor there. This is Porsche Unleashed. Last time around we won this little thing, the 550A Spider, which I'm still not sure what to call what that race is supposed to be called, but I called it the 550 Challenge, and it's gonna stay that way. But we are in a new era. We are in the golden era, and that means we got some new cars. So that is not a new car. So if you fail to win the 550A, you can just buy it at a 50,000 price tag, which I could do, but we're not gonna do that. Let's do the showcase. 530 kilos, so pretty light. It's pretty much an F1 car. It's just, 0 to 60 in 10 seconds, 150 miles an hour. It doesn't have that much power. Well, 110, it's actually not that bad, but our 911s are faster than this. Anyway, I mean, to be fair, 4-cylinder 1.5 liters, of course it wasn't gonna get that much power. It's still mid-engine, which is different from your typical Porsche, which is rear engine, and drum brakes, which, ugh. Anyways, this is not a new car. This is a new car. The 914-4 1.7 liter engine, as we will see in a moment. Disc brakes, which is good, but yeah, 4 liter 1.7 liters basically, 80 horsepower, which is less than the 550A. Lots of noises overall. Here's that little thing in orange. 900 kilos, so about the weight of your typical modern day Formula 1 car. 13 seconds to go 0 to 60, and 110 miles an hour top speed. Disc brakes, which is fantastic. 914-4, this is a joint venture between Volkswagen and Porsche, and it wasn't that liked, simply because it doesn't really look like a Porsche, despite the fact that it is in fact a Porsche. So, I'm gonna put this thing on orange, the color of the car in the image, and we're gonna buy this thing. For once, we don't start the episode buying and selling cars, simply because, well, I do have enough money to afford this little thing. Yeah, Targa roof, which is from the 911 Targa as well. Look at that interior, pretty minimalistic. This is not supposed to be a high performance car. There's the boot. I actually wanted to close that other door, but no, it's fine. Also, we can check out the front. Of course, no engine here either, because this is a middle engine car, like, the 550 that we drove a while ago. Close that, please, and shut that door. Okay, so yeah, this is the thing we're gonna be running. The only thing I'm gonna do is just car setup, put some toe in and some brake balance to the front. I'm going to leave tire pressures and downforce as is, and if I start to struggle, I will come back and edit that. Not much to do here. The 914 trophy is going to be our race for the day. Showcases the performance of Porsche's new entry into the modest cost car market. This tournament is for 914s only. Schwarzwald and Corsica are going to be the tracks we're going to be running, both new tracks to the golden era. Yeah, this is gonna be a very slow race because the 914 is not that fast. It has good handling, like this is a fact. Let me show you right here. in the car compare, I'm gonna compare it to a 911. So like the 911S, because of course it's the first comparison. Like acceleration, it sucks. Top speed, it sucks. Braking, it sucks. But handling is not that different. Compared to the 550, yeah, it sucks in acceleration, sucks in top speed. Braking, despite having drum brakes, it's actually pretty solid in braking. That's interesting information. Handling, actually, is pretty bad. What about 356? Okay, it's at least better than a 356, so it's something, right? So, let's take this little Volks Porsche, I think that's one of the names the critics call this thing, and give it a go. Give it a go, I said. So I had to return to using a different recording software because freaking RivaTuner was making everything difficult. So I'm back to using Action. I really need to find another recorder. People is gonna eventually suggest, no, use OBS. I've tried to use OBS. It doesn't work for me. Like I'm probably setting it up wrong. It sets it's overloaded, something like that. It's like my computer can't use OBS, it's just too amazing for it. So, before RivaTuner made everything hell though, I've made 2 runs through this, which I actually recorded, but I lost those recordings because RivaTuner is annoying. And they weren't good. The car wasn't fast enough. Well, at the very least in the first attempt without the setup modifications, it wasn't fast enough. With these modifications I've done, we can beat everyone except for Dylan. So this is the first time I'm actually gonna upgrade the car, and this car is pretty good. This car in terms of performance is decent enough. In terms of grip, I don't need any more grip. But in terms of power, that is our main issue. It is not grip because in the corners we're perfectly fine. So I just need to improve our power. I'm gonna buy the big bore throttle body. It increases horsepower by 15 to 20 horsepower, so I'm gonna buy that. And I'm gonna buy the medium performance carburetor, which improves performance by 10-20 horsepower, so I'm gonna buy that as well. I could buy the low restriction exhaust system or the performance air filter element. Probably should have bought that. You know what? I'm gonna buy that, and I'm gonna buy that. Those two. I'm not gonna install the big bore throttle or the medium performance carburetor. I'm just gonna install the other two because they improve performance less than the exhaust, and the air filter improve performance less than the throttle body and the carburetor. So that should be fine. Of course, I could have bought tires and so on and so forth, but I don't want to overdose this car in performance, and it's actually pretty fine in terms of grip, so no need for that. Anyway, Shortswall, let's get in there. You have no idea how hard it has been to set up the game. Well, not the game, but my recording softwares correctly. I'm currently using RivaTuner statistics server to record, which isn't optimal, but I've tried to use OBS and that just doesn't work. I think it's it is alright. My CPU cannot cope with it. It just can't. So yeah. I've used Mirrorless's Action, but that slows down even the game audio for some reason, and yeah, I don't want that either. Clean overtake. So I'm down to RivaTuner statistics server and trying to use the different codecs it has, and it has a problem that I will have to deal with at the end of this race, but hopefully I can pull it off. But anyway, on to the race itself. This race is pretty difficult. For reasons I've stated previously, Dylan is absurdly fast. The AI are getting upgraded cars now, so gonna be more difficult to beat. Whoa! Come on, you can do it! It did. Okay, The AI has upgraded cars now, so they are much more difficult to beat. So, yeah, Dylan especially, he has the most upgraded car of this bunch, so he's gonna be the toughest guy to beat. Fortunately for me, the 914-4, which is the version we're driving, turn, has pretty good handling, which compensates for my lack of skill. So yeah, the mission right now is first trying to not turn this into a BTCC race because it has the potential to, and second catching Dylan, and third not damaging the car. There's a bit of an alternate path going to the right there, which is full of dirt, and it is a way to do things, but I do not like that way. I prefer my way instead, which is just going straight. You end up carrying a bit more speed and are a bit faster, and we definitely need that in order to catch Dylan. We're catching Dylan as we speak, but we're not gonna catch him, at least not at the end of this route. There he goes. Come on. Okay, I do need to catch him because otherwise we're not winning this race, and we will have one chance of catching him, but we're gonna have to do some esports driving. You're gonna see when we get there. So that little shortcut they took, which isn't a shortcut at all because of the way they have to drive to get into it, it's full of dirt, and there are 3 tire types in this game. I think I've talked about them previously, but the one we have right now, which is stock tires, they are all-terrain tires, and they work fairly well in off-road conditions, like dirt. They are decent enough on the other surfaces, which are tarmac and wet conditions. But you also have the specialized tires in the form of slicks, which are very good in tarmac, dry conditions, not so good in off-road conditions, I think, and not good in wet conditions. Then you have the rain tires, which are good in snow, ice, and the wet, because they're the rain tires, but they aren't as good in dry conditions. So we're not going to be seeing much of the rain tires until much later in the game. Anyway, esports lines, try my best to overtake Dylan because he's also taking these very advanced driving lines. I did get him, okay. Yeah, the AI does take these advanced lines through here, which there's a road, but no one takes that road because it's low. So it's fair that if they do it, I do it myself, especially considering that I am at a disadvantage in terms of pace. Anyway, as long as I keep it together, not make any silly mistakes, I should be able to get out of here with the W. And to do this, you need a very, very good run. Once we make it to the hairpin, as long as you don't screw it up, you will get the W, but yeah, there's the W. But first I gotta pause the game, stop the recording, and then keep recording after the replay starts. Why? Because if I don't do that, the recording crashes and bad things happen. So I have won the race indeed. So yeah, this way it doesn't crash. I am the tournament leader. I didn't incur any damage on my little 914-4, and of course the times here are just amazing. Not sure, this must be a person doing that because jeez. So 914-4, what can I tell you about it? Middle engine car, good handling compared to the rear engine like 911s and 356s. If you release the throttle, it doesn't immediately try to dive bomb, which it's a good thing. It has good control, which I always appreciate when cars have good control. But it's just underpowered and it's very un-Porsche-like. So yeah, there is that. Anyway, time to move on to the second race. Right, starting from the front, that will have to change, which is unfortunate, but you know, I have to let everyone through. Dylan's gonna get away, which is sad. and off we go. Okay, so Corsica. Corsica is a bit more twisty than Schwarzwald, and it's also entirely on tarmac compared to Schwarzwald, which was on tarmac and dirt, and I might have slowed down too much. It's fine. We'll figure it out as a team. Right. Can I catch them? There they are. This is a long corner, so they might have issues, as I do. Car seems fine in the upper left, so we should be okay. I was gonna say, we're keeping a consistent distance to Dylan, but that would have been a lie. Okay. I said that this track was a labyrinth, and I mean it. Look at this. Alternate path right here, and... hold on. Time out for dinner. Anyway, literal labyrinth. Look at this. Look at the minimap. Coming through. Coming through. BTCC moment, but it had to be done. I'm pretty sure we're not through with the labyrinth part of this track. Again, haven't raced here in a while, so I don't quite remember. Here we go. Tunnel to the left. You probably saw it on the map overview. Like, this is a labyrinth. I'm gonna go straight. It's easier. It's easier to enter. I'm not sure which is the faster path. Like, probably when I played this ages ago and knew every track to the point I could run it blindfolded, I knew the appropriate. Oh no! This is gonna suck. It didn't suck. Okay. When I knew every track by heart, I could tell you which was the better path. Coming through. I said I'm coming through. Out of my way. BTCC moment. Come on, turn. But right now, I don't quite remember. Come on. Stable. Might end up finishing third on this one if I don't do some magic in the final sector, to which we're coming to in a few moments. Dylan is gone. I'm not catching Dylan. I thought this would be a bit easier than Schwarzwald, and while it was funner because of the multiple paths, I'm not catching Dylan. Little hairpin full section here. I'm gonna... Careful, don't drift like that. Gonna be able to catch Steel, but not Dylan, which... a bit unfortunate. Come on, punch it. You know what? Had I been closer to Dylan, I could have won. I legit think that I could have won. I might not even finish second. No. Yes. Yes, he did. He got the overtake. Ooh, no. Ooh, come on. No. If I do that cleanly, I beat. If I do that move cleanly, I actually managed to beat Steel. Dang it. So yeah, probably here slow down a bit too much. Yes, I can challenge the next tournament, but I'm supposed to beat every single one of these tournaments by winning, or at the very least tying for first. So this remains a redo of at least this race, so I'm gonna do exactly that. Alright, same conditions as before, the only difference is we're actually gonna do it this time. And it starts by getting a good launch now. Not letting the knife screw it up again. Anyway, I'm gonna find a way to salvage this, because like we were so close in the previous one, all I have to do is finish second. And we should be okay. because like at the very least I have to tie for first. That's one of my personal goals. I would prefer to win, but with Dylan being so good, that is a difficult proposition. But we can do it. But at the same time, come on, you have the grip, you can do it. But at the same time, like, with the AI being as fast as he is, well, Dylan, winning is difficult. So if I'm even close to Dylan by the end of this race, I will be very happy. I'm gonna go straight. The only sad thing is that we're gonna have traffic in this little tunnel. Ow! It's a tiny tunnel. You're gonna hit the walls as long as you don't spin out. It's fine. Careful. Careful. Okay, Dylan is plenty far away. There's time to catch back up to him. We're gonna take this route. Not sure which route Dylan took because I always forget to make the minimap smaller, but this could be the better route. Maybe. Catching a bit up to Dylan. Come on. No, don't slow down in my face, please. Come on. There we go. Go straight. Go straight. Go straight. Jesus Christ. Imagine having engine power. That'd be a dream, wouldn't it? Okay, maybe the other route, the route I originally took, no. Maybe the route I originally took was the better route. It probably was, now that I look at things. Come on, come on. Hey, I was there. We have the grip, we just don't have the engine power. And I'm going to do this without upgrading the car anymore. Ooh, okay. It worked. Come on, accelerate. I don't have the acceleration they have. And he tricked me there. And yeah, hitting that wall maybe didn't affect the car as much, but we're not as fast as... We're just not as fast as the previous round, as the previous attempt, which it's sad, but you know what? It's recon. We learn some things, and we're gonna apply.
3, 2, 1, go!
Second's fine. Yeah, it says I did second. Of course, Dylan gets more winnings because he didn't damage his car. I did. But we finished tied for first, so that's good enough for me. If you prefer that I actually win the damn things, like, do put some comments down there telling me that I should be winning these tournaments. Of course, it will be a bit easier to actually win this thing if I upgraded the car and I wasn't using this house rule where I have to go to the back of the grid on every race. But hey, I want to make this competitive and entertaining, and for that, well, I guess I have to drive like an idiot for that, and I guess I have to drop to the back of the grid for that to happen. Anyway, we're done here soon, so let's see what is ahead.